I'm Lericia Harris, and joining me in the studio today, we have legendary Dutch midfielder, Mr. Edgar Davids. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Thank you for joining me today. So you are here in Atlanta. You spent some time here before, back in 2006, I believe.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Wednesday, you were here. You spent the day going around, looking at sites, experiencing the culture, hearing sounds. How was it?
That was amazing. I got to do things that I never done before. I lived 10 years in Italy, and yesterday I was making pizzas with vodka. So that was new for me, but it was very exciting. Saw parts of Atlanta that I didn't see before, and I'm happy how the city has grown in those years.
You also had the opportunity to visit Mercedes-Benz Stadium, the new Mercedes-Benz Stadium, which is also the home of Atlanta United and MLS club here. Your initial thoughts on the stadium when you walked up to it and then went inside of it?
The first initial thought when I saw it from the outside, because we went with soccer in the streets to play a game, a pickup game, and I thought it was a shopping center from far. But when we came in yesterday, it was amazing. It's really amazing, and I think that if we would have that in Europe, people would be amazed by the architecture and also the convenience, and also the structure, how they open the roof. This will be definitely something that would have won awards.
I mean, because you have definitely been around playing in various stadiums on.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I was saying. Yeah, absolutely. I've been in the biggest stadiums, football stadiums, but this was something else, and it's an amazing stadium, and the atmosphere was great too.
Since we are talking about Atlanta United, you mentioned the atmosphere. You had the opportunity to hammer in, of course, the Golden Spike. Were you shocked or surprised at the unwavering support of the fans from the time the game started all the way till it ended?
No, it was fun. It was good fun, and I didn't expect it. My friends were like, "Oh, you have to come to the game. It's not what you expect," for a while now, and I was like, "Yeah, I've been to MLS games, but this was something else," and I was impressed, and I loved it, and I hope that this wave, of football enthusiasts, grow exponentially, because it's amazing, and I want everybody to go there and to feel the atmosphere, because that's the most important, to feel the atmosphere.
Now, moving to the game, the actual players on the
Yeah.
field, your initial thoughts when seeing Atlanta United going up against Sporting KC. These are two top teams,
Yeah.
both from the East and West. What were your initial thoughts or your impression of the play?
No, my initial thoughts, I didn't really have a thought. I just want to be amazed, and that's the same thing. I look at other games in whatever, but when you look at it from a tactical point of view, you see that the coach of Atlanta, had a really. You see that the lines he put out, the strategy, it was very clear, and how they were attacking. Unfortunately, they got one man down, red card, and then the tactics don't work. But then I see Kansas City that tactically didn't do very well, but still, of course, won. Because if they wouldn't win, they would have lost. Because if you play against 10 men with 11, and you don't win, then you don't do it very well.
Now, you have been retired. Do you still train and prepare yourself as if you were playing, or is it a little more relaxed now?
No, it's far more relaxed than that. But, the only thing I do is go in the gym a couple of times, and now I also develop my own gym project. Because to make it creative, and to still have the fun in it.
Mm-hmm.
Because like the regime that we had, back-to-back training every day, that mental switch that you have to turn on and off. No, I couldn't cope. So now it's more relaxed, more fun, but still, you have to stay in shape.
So do you take that and pass over or hand over advice to others that you encounter, I'm sure, of course?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I also have my coaching badges, and I used to coach players as well individually. You know, and you just tell them how they can, because they develop as well. But there's still one red line how to really be a pro.
And what is that?
You have to be disciplined. You have to be focused, and that's with everything like this. You know, and the thing is, your body is different than mine, so you have to find out how to really set your mind and your body to really function on the highest level and always be prepared.
Moving to the general overview of Major League Soccer, it has grown exponentially. Have you seen that, and are you proud of the growth that you may or may have not seen?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I'm an advocate for, for football. Here it's called soccer, and you really want to see that the beautiful game is played everywhere and on the highest level, because you know you want everybody to really go into that. And then, for example, the World Cup and people from South America, from Africa, from Europe, you know, on the highest level, because that's how you make each other better. And I think that if you look at the history of American athletes, you have some athletes. It's unbelievable. When I was here, spent my time here in Atlanta, I was with I was doing my rehabilitation here, and I was with a linebacker, and this guy was huge. This guy was huge. But when we did the feet work, he almost looked like a ballerina. He had quick feet. And I was like, ooh, if he was like a defender or a striker, he would do some damage, you know, with football. You know, so you have the athletes, you have the mentality, because when I see it here, it's unbelievable. It's top of the bill. But you have to have also the infrastructure to guide them in that direction.
Moving to a part that has been critical within all sports, and not only sports, but in the world in general, the cultural divide. Has that been something you have seen get better, so to say, when it comes to a player perspective and a fan perspective?
Yeah, but the thing is with football, and that's what I like football, it unites. That's the whole thing. It unites. You know, when you look at teams now, it's you know, it's there's no one thing. You know, it's like
It's diverse.
It's very diverse. And if you look at the fans, it's very diverse. You know, and that's what I like about it. You know, like you wouldn't expect somebody like Waka, you know, to watch soccer and to play soccer, and the other players here, the guys I know that do that. You know, and then from a different perspective, you know, you see also from corporate embrace soccer, and that's what I like. That's what you love, when you celebrate together, you play together, and that's what football does and sports does in general, and that unite people.
Now, you bless us with your presence here.
Oh, thank you.
You blessed us here with your presence for this Atlanta United game, Sporting KC. Will you be making a return in August to potentially see your former club, one of the most decorated clubs in Italy, come up and play against the All-Stars of MLS?
Oh, that was the deal.
Yeah.
I told them that was the deal. You cannot send me just to promote the game and not invite me. I said, no, I have to come and I have to watch and experience this legendary match, because it's the top of Europe, top 5 Europe, best players from Italy against the best players of the MLS. You cannot not invite me, so I was like, definitely have to come and definitely want to visit Atlanta.
That's going to be a match to see.
Absolutely.
Well, Edgar, thank you so much for joining me to talk everything about your visit.
Thank you for having me.
I'm Lericia Harris reporting.